Dear children, today I am going to teach lesson second in history, dynasty of चोल। चोल डायनेस्टी के बारे में पढ़ाया था आपको। चोल में चोल सोसाइटी, आर्ट एंड आर्किटेक्चर आपको कल पढ़ा दिया था। अब आप देखें चोलों का धार्मिक जीवन, रिलीजन, पेज नंबर 16, रिलीजन के बारे में देखें। Hinduism was the main religion of the South India. Vaishnav and Savage were its two main sects. The Lingayat, founded by the Vaishwa of Karnataka, was the most popular sect in the Chol kingdom. Bhakti movement was also begun by the Nanyar and Alwar saint in South India. Devotional songs in praise of Shiva and Vishnu were composed in local language. Adi Shankara was the great philosopher of the period. At a very young age, he became well versed in the Vedas and other religious scripture. He established four mats in four corners of the country at Badrinath, Dwarika, Puri and Kanchi. Badrinath, Dwarika, Puri and Kanchi. Ramanuja was another great philosopher of this period. He tried to assimilate bhakti to the tradition of the Vedas and thus made the Vedas more popular. Madhva preached bhakti to Krishna. Education and learning. Temples played an important role in the culture and economic life of the people. They grew into institutions providing education, medicine, hospitality and employment to people. Each temple had an attached matha which provided free education, food, clothing and boarding to students. Besides, cultural activities like fairs and festivals were also held in the temple premises. These activities still continue in South India. Sanskrit and Tamil were two main languages. Kannada and Telugu also become popular due to efforts of Bhakti saints. The Ramayana and Mahabharata were translated into such Indian language. Silpadhikarma and Mani Mekalai were the two epics in Tamil which were revered like the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. Pampa, Pona and Rena, the three gems of Kannada, wrote Puranic literature. The Jain and Lingayat saint preached in Kannada. Nanyar was the first Telugu poet to translate the Ramayana into Telugu. Kamman, Attakuttan and Pulglenid were the three gems of Tamil literature. Kamman wrote the Ramayana in Tamil language. Agrarian expansion in Tamil Nadu. The Cholas ruled the more than 5 centuries. Cholas ruled for more than 5 centuries. They greatly emphasized promotion of agriculture in Tamil Nadu and paid special attention to irrigation. Many tanks were also built. The Cholas rulers carried out elaborate land surveys for the purpose of fixing land revenue. They always kept the interest of the farmer in mind in case of crop failure due to drought or floods. The land revenue was exempted. Loan were also provided in farmers to meet emergencies. Quick recap. After the death of Harsha, there was anarchy and chaos in northern India. Large number of minor states emerged as independent. Gurjara Patihar ruled over the Avanti for more than 3 centuries. The Pallas ruled over Bihar and Bengal. The Rashtrakuta ruled over Deccan. They provided political stability to Deccan. In the 19th century AD, the triple struggle weakened in Gurjar, Pratihar, Rashtrakuta and Pallas. In the 10th century, several Rajput kingdoms emerged in northern and central India. Notable among them were Parmars, Chauhan, Solanki, Chandi. In the 11th century, Muhammad Ghori invaded India. In the Second Battle of the Rhine, he defeated Prithviraj Chauhan and it led to the foundation of the Muslim rule in India. In the Deccan region, the Rashtrakuta, Western Chalukya, Yadavas, Hoysals and Kakatiyas were important kingdoms. The southern kingdoms include the Pallavas, Pandyas and Cholas. The Cholas were the great power in South India. Vijayalaya founded the imperial Chola dynasty whose capital was at Tanjore. The Cholas built the West Empire and conquered Sri Lanka and Maldives. The Cholas were a great naval power and facilitated external trade. They were efficient administrators too. The Cholas made significant contribution to education, art and architecture. They built magnificent temples and idols. Next, now question, answer and exercise next day. Thanks.